haters. When you get haters, you know, people's opinion of you is none of your business. I have lots of haters. They on the internet all the time. But who are they though? They don't even know me. People who are haters on the internet, I call them thumb gangsters. They just typing shit. Their little punk got a private page. They saying shit about, they don't even know me. So I don't give them no energy. I give haters no energy. Steve ain't this, he think he this. You don't even know me.
If people can understand that as long as they don't forgive, they're poisoning themselves. It's like hating somebody who's hurt you is like taking poison hoping they'll die. It's like me being mad at somebody who hurt me that's out having a good time and don't even care that I'm mad. That doesn't hurt them.
No.
And so maybe this husband's been gone 20 years and he's been having a good time in life and, you know, he's married again and whatever, and he couldn't care less that she's mad. It's pointless. It's like, okay, you hurt me, but now if I'm gonna hate you, then I'm letting you continue to hurt me.
And have control in my life.
And you're controlling my life, and I'm not gonna do that. But, John, I think the other part of this is, and I think this is very important, I think a lot of people want to forgive, but they don't know how to do it. And so, as I've pondered this and studied it, prayed about it, the things that I feel like I've learned from God is this. First of all, to do anything, you need to do it the way God tells you to do it. And so, he said, several different places in the Bible, that you pray for your enemies. So first of all, are you praying for people that have hurt you? Well, what do you pray? I mean, we're like, well, I don't really want them to be blessed. I'm not going to pray for them to be blessed.
God don't bless those people.
But the truth is really, I mean, you can take somebody that's really hurt you and ask God to bless them. And the first thing he's going to bless them with is revelation of what they've done. Because they can't really have a right relationship with him if they don't admit what they've done and come to a place of truth in their life. God desires truth in the inner being, was what King David said after his shenanigans with Bathsheba, and he went a whole year without confessing his sin, I guess making all kinds of excuses for it. Then in Psalm 51, the great prayer that he prayed, he said, you desire truth in the inner being. So every person, before they can have a right relationship with God, they have to face the truth. You can't get to where you need to be if you don't face the truth about where you're at. And so forgiveness, I don't think you can ever walk through. I can decide I'm going to forgive somebody, but I can't walk it out in my life if there's not some things that I realize. First of all, God's not asking me to feel differently about them. He's asking me to pray, to bless and not curse, which, if you study that, it means to speak well of instead of evil of. So, I need to stop talking about them in an unkind way.
Change your vocabulary.
Change your vocabulary. So when I talk about what my dad did to me, I don't do it to put him down. I do it to help other people. So if I'm talking about it with a good motive, that's one thing, but if I'm talking about it just to be talking about it,
And out of your own pain.
and out of my own pain
Yeah.
and out of my own bitterness, then that's another story. Now that doesn't mean you can't go get counseling if you need it or something like that, but bless your enemies and do not curse them. How many times do we read that and don't even have a clue what it's talking about? So I pray for you. I pray that God will bless you. I pray you'll be saved. I pray that God will open your eyes. You know, I pray in obedience to God. And I mean, I've even prayed and said, you know, God, I don't really want you to bless them, but you told me to pray for that, so I'm going to...
And God's not uncomfortable with that prayer. God can
I'm
handle
going to
that.
pray in obedience anyway. And then I make a decision to stop talking about them. And then I decide what I'm going to do. I pray, I trust, and then even if I still feel like I'm angry, I don't say, well, I haven't forgiven because I still feel this way. I say, God, I've done my part. Now your part is to change how I feel. And so an example that I can think of, if you want to take this a little bit further, there was somebody that I went to church with one time that hurt me really, really, really bad. I mean, really bad. I won't get into the details, but one night we were in church and the pastor did what pastors love to do. We'll go and hug somebody and tell them you love them. So I turn, the first person I see is her, And I'm thinking, ain't no way no way am I hugging you and telling you I love you.
Yeah.
But I knew in the pit of my gut that that's what God wanted me to do. Okay, well, I didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. But you can still do in obedience to God what he tells you to do, even if you don't want to and you don't feel like it. And those are the things really, I think, that break the enemy's power off of us. When no matter how we feel, we will go and obey God anyway.
Yeah.
So I just keep going through. But then I tell you something too, haters motivate me. Because when they talking about me, that means I'm doing something. If you have no haters, if you don't have any haters, there's times I felt like giving up. I mean, no matter who you are, if you have a goal in life, everybody has a turn back moment. Everybody has a crossroad. If you haven't been at it, it's coming. You can either decide to continue or to quit, to go forward or to go back. You're gonna always have that decision. But what I did was, I made all of my dreams bigger than my fears. So when I felt like quitting, the results would have been devastating to the goal I was trying to attain. See, I was so sick of being poor. My motivation was, I was just exhausted from poverty. I couldn't do this no more. I was sick of living in my car. I've been living in my car for 3 years. I was sick of not having money. I was sick of not having a bathroom, a front door. And so for me to quit, and see, that's what people do. People quit when it's at their hardest moment. But if it's at your hardest moment, why would you quit? Somebody sent me a plaque one time that said, if you're going through hell, why stop there? I mean, think about it. If you're going through hell, why stop there? You in hell. Move, keep going. And I just could not see myself not being successful. And so since I was already at my lowest point, how much lower can I go? I figured if I quit, I'd go lower than that. I didn't need that. So I just, but my faith, my mother being a